Hi, I'm Dana, and today you're getting. Oh, this has got to be noisy, one sec. Hi, I'm Dana, and today you're getting ready with me to go to an event I'm not entirely sure I'm actually going to show up at. And I can't talk and do my makeup at the same time, and my cat's trying to escape, and my life's a fucking mess. So we're going to switch to a voiceover from here on out. Proceed. I did end up actually going to the event, and I did have like a semi-decent time while I was there. But I did also leave during the first intermission, so make of that what you will. I'm gonna be doing a little get unready with me video as well that's gonna go up tomorrow. That's just me getting unready after this and talking about the event a little bit. And I'm probably gonna have to like intersperse it because I did end up like quite overwhelmed, so it's probably not the most coherent video. Coherent? It's probably not the most together thing you've ever heard in your life, but it's gonna be happening. So, yeah, I've been really enjoying doing my makeup when I go out lately. I've had several years where I just didn't like it. And before that, I had a good chunk of my life where I didn't feel like I could go anywhere, like even to the shops, without having a full face of makeup. See, I say a full face of makeup. You're seeing what I consider to be like a full face of makeup for me. I do some foundation like under my eyes, around my nose, and any spots that I've got. Then I set that with like a matte powder and contour, like use a bronzer to contour a little bit, and then that's my face of makeup, and I just do my eyes and like a bit of lip gloss. I really kind of do wish that I was one of the people that could do like the full like concealer, foundation, bake it, like make everything flawless. But I, number one, don't really understand how it works, and when I've tried in the past, I've just looked really cakey and uneven, and like it looks actively terrible, like it's clinging to like every little like bump and imperfection on my skin. It doesn't look the way it does when other people do it. It doesn't look the way I expect it to. And not only that, but it's also just, it feels horrible. Like as someone who was wearing makeup every single day, I put a good bit of effort into actually finding makeup that I find like sensory wise wearable. I use like very light foundations and I don't use an awful lot of it. Like I squeeze one pump onto my hand and most of it's still on there when I'm done. I I really put effort into finding makeup that I don't really feel. The only thing that always still bothers me is mascara. I've never felt great in mascara, but I don't think I've got a face that can pull off a no mascara look, to be honest with you. I I don't have particularly strong or like I don't think my features are great. Like not like this is the thing when I wear makeup is that I start like really looking at my face and I get quite upset about it. And I also stop liking the way that my face looks without makeup because I think it's a case of like I've gotten very used to like this is my face, this is just how it looks, this is me. And then I see myself in makeup and it's this like way better, nicer, prettier version of myself. And I don't always necessarily want to be like prettier and I don't necessarily always want to be like immediately registered as woman even, but I also like I don't know. Sometimes I find it really fun and then it just feels like there's a whole bunch of downsides and it makes me not feel as good about myself anymore. And I feel like a lot of things that are like marketed towards women are like that. Like at first they're really fun. And maybe it's just that I get too into things and I overthink things. Maybe it is just me. But it does feel like a lot of things are very like if you do think about it, it's just like, why are you marketing this to me? Why do I have to do this? Why is it only a thing for like a certain group? But then the other side of that is like, well, I enjoy it and I do find it fun. And if there wasn't all this like societal pressure of look put together, look nice, look good, I wouldn't care that I don't look as good without makeup on because like that is the point of makeup is that you look better with it on. But yeah, that's quite a lengthy discussion about that. We're gonna move on now. I've gotten really good at making sure my eBay like vintage clothes purchases are things that fit in with my like daily wardrobe and the things that I'll get a lot of wear out of. Because it's on eBay, it's on my phone, I can look at it and study it and like really think about things. But the other side of this is that I've been going to more charity shops again lately, and I'll just see some random bit of shit that I just think is so cool. And if I thought about it rationally for like 10 minutes, I wouldn't buy it. But I'm in a charity shop and it's in the moment and there's people around and I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm a little bit panicked. I don't like being in public and it's only £3. I'm suddenly just buying this thing that doesn't actually fit with my wardrobe. And that's very much what happened with the outfit for this night. I was in the queue in the charity shop about to pay for my things when I was like, "Can you tell me what that's the size that dress on that mannequin is, please? I need that dress." And the guy was like, "It says it's a 16." And I was like, "I'll take it," because it's so 80s. It's so 100% from the 80s. I was like, that might actually be my size. And honestly, it more or less is. It's a pretty good fit. And the event that I was going to was at a venue that's like quite artsy and has a queer sort of vibe. And I was just like, this is actually going to be a safe place to just be my all out 80s self. Like, I just. It's the whole death of personal style thing, innit? And I have been in like little areas and groups and events where people actually have personal style and it's been lovely. But then when I do it and I'm like, this is what I like, this is an aesthetic I enjoy, I think it looks good, I like the way it looks, I like the way I look like this. And yet I feel like some sort of fucking poser or just like faker and I'm just like dressing up gay for the night or something. And especially when you consider, like, it's not like I'm, like, trying to dress like a lesbian, you know? Like, it's a dress, it's quite a femme little outfit, and it's really, really 80s. Like, I am very much just dressing in an aesthetic I like and dressing in the way that I feel. See, that's the thing, is that is not how I feel best, but it's how I should feel best. Like, if I'm in, like, an isolated little world, like, if I was just dressing up for myself, you know, this is how I would want to look and this is how I would feel my best. But the moment I'm out in public and being perceived by people, I feel silly and I feel ridiculous. And it's especially silly because most of the times that I've like gone all out and really dressed up and been like, I love this look, other people compliment me. Other people are nice about it, you know? It's not like fucking high school when people would make me feel silly about it. But I still just get so, I don't even feel like I'm in my head about it. I just feel like I'm not me. I'm like, I don't know how to behave or look or act, and it's really weird. And I'll give that's probably part of why I didn't enjoy the event. Like, I am gonna go more into that in the like get unready with me, but I wasn't feeling like myself, you know? Like, I was feeling myself. I was like, I look good. I liked the way I looked. But I also know that it's like not necessarily the way other people think people look good. And I also just, it feels so different when I'm being perceived, is the thing. Like, as soon as I'm in public and there's people around, I just feel so different about the things that I like and the way that I like to look. And like, talking about it here and now is really, really helpful because I do think so much of it just stems back to high school, you know? Like, that was the time when I was really starting to experiment with fashion and makeup and doing weird things and just being like, what can I do with this stuff? Like, how can I look? And people were really fucking mean to me about it, you know? I don't really know why. I don't know if it's that, like, I watched a lot of, like, 80s and 90s stuff growing up, so I really was like, your teen years are the time to experiment. Your teen years are the time to just be weird and do whatever, and it doesn't matter. And other people didn't really see it like that. I just got absolutely shat on for, like, trying other things. I was just trying to figure stuff out, and people would be like, oh, why are you trying that? And I'd be like, to see if I like it. And they'd be like, oh, but it's stupid. I'd be like, okay, I'm not trying that again. And it's the kind of thing that I know full well I'm not going to have that kind of reaction from a room of adults. Like, especially adults that don't know me, they're not going to give a shit because they don't know me, they don't care. And I'm at a point in life where if someone did care, I would be like, well, why do you care? Like, what is wrong with you? This is much more a you issue than it is a me issue, you know? But as much as I can say that, it would still make me feel sad, you know? And like, I got a comment recently that kind of annoyed me, but I also, there's a lot of comments that I get honestly that kind of piss me off, but I can also tell that the person isn't trying to be an asshole. So I'm like, I'm gonna let you slide, but I'm not replying because I'll come across in a pissed off tone and I'm not trying to be an asshole to someone that isn't trying to be an asshole, you know? But they were like, well, when people say things and when people make observations like that, why don't you just get angry at them instead of being sad? Because they're like crossing a boundary and they're being mean, so just be angry at them. And it's like, I would love to be able to do that. That's not how I work. I can't control my emotions in that way. I wish I could. It'd be lovely. That's not how feelings work. Someone says something mean, it hurts me. I get upset. I can't help that. I wish I could. And it's especially frustrating now because, like, I'm 27 years old, you know? Like, it's been That's the thing though, I was gonna be like, I haven't been like bullied like that since high school, and it's like, no, but then I had my horrible partner, and then I had my mother, and then like even my girlfriend, as much as like most of the time she was really lovely, every now and again she'd drop a little like, I was never sure if it was really a backhanded compliment or if I was just taking it wrong, but it felt like backhanded compliments, you know? It felt like I'd be prettier if I did the thing that she told me to, or if I didn't dress a certain way, or if I dressed the way that she preferred and things like that. And it all makes it really tricky. I think it's really hard to like find yourself and figure out your personal style and all that kind of shit anyway. And especially if it's a little bit quirky and a little bit out there and you feel a bit anxious and shy about doing it, combined with like my style's always been like somewhat the same. I've always liked like a weird dress, a funky pattern, a bright colour. You know, like I've definitely found a more fashionable, like actually like I don't know. I've found ways of doing it where I just feel like it looks more like an outfit and more people are likely to actually like it, even if it's not their personal style kind of thing. And even with all that, I just struggle. But having said all that, I do also very much have the mindset of one day, hopefully, fingers crossed all goes to plan, I'm gonna be old and I'll not look like this and I'll not have the chance to do things like this. So I'd may as well just do it now and try my best to have a nice time. And if all else goes to shit, at least I have a handful of nice pictures where I'm like, yeah, I looked good there. I liked the way I looked. Might not have had the best time at the event, but you know, at least we did a thing. Ugh. I've gotten a lot more positive in that kind of way. Like things don't bother me as much as they used to, but it is still tricky and it is still hard. And you've just got to do your best, haven't you? That's what I'm doing. It's real tough when you don't know anyone, and it's like I'm going out to meet people, but I also don't know anybody already, and I'm on my own. It's just a bit awkward. But this was the makeup in the end. Looking in the camera, I feel like I look like a clown, so it doesn't look as bad as I thought it did at the time. And then this was my little outfit. I also wore just a pair of like navy blue little ankle boots. So this is the end of the video. I post on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. I also post over on TikTok and Instagram if you would like to follow me there. You can subscribe and like this video too. And you can also follow me over on Patreon or Ko if you would like to help me out a little bit financially, but there's no pressure, it's Christmas, you should buy yourself something nice. That's me dress, it's very cool, I like it a lot. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.